America is the true old world. That's right. This is the biblical place in the Bible. They talk about Nazareth and Bethlehem. All that was here. But don't believe me. I talked about this months ago. Go and watch my videos, catch up, and gather the proof. Not that I'm going to prove it to you, but you gather my proof where I prove it to myself. And that can show you how to prove it to yourself. Because this is a reality channel. We check reality every day, all day. We're checking reality and welcome newcomers, those who haven't been here before. And I know your first question, what is that? Well, just hang on, you'll see. That's Grand Canyon. Those are some of the old temples right there in the canyon. The pyramids was here before they were in Egypt. Ours eroded, they've been here so long. And a few things we're going to talk about today. Thank y'all for chiming in. Hey, how's it going? How you doing? And this being the old world, they call it the new world to try to deceive you. No. This is the world, this is the old world. And we the old people, we've been here the longest. This was called Africa. Yes, America was called Africa. So when they say from Africa, they're talking about we're from America, not from across no water. That's the new Africa. That's the one they created to try to deceive you all. Well, let's talk about Africa for a minute. There was some discussion I was chiming in. They're talking about the Africans in South Africa are chasing out the Africans who are not native South Africans. Just chasing them out of the city, their cities. So if they're from another African country, they don't want them in South Africa. And these are the black South Africans who's chasing out other black South Africans. Now, wait a minute. Isn't South Africa colonized by the Whitey? The Whitey? Isn't South Africa colonized by the Whitey? Yes. So there's got to be some orchestrated division there. Chasing out your brother because he's from another country. And do you know how many countries helped South Africa when they was, y'all just got out of apartheid. $30 ago, y'all just got out of apartheid with Nelson Mandela. So y'all ain't free by a long shot, this reconciliation. Y'all still in neo-colonialist slavery, and it's bear witness to that fact. You're turning on your own kind. That is sick. Well, maybe you're imitating the blacks here in America. Because they're not doing too much too different, those who identify as black. What they have done in the last few years is identify themselves as foundational black. I'm not just any black. I'm a foundational black. Man. You creating divisions among your own. See, that's divide and conquer really works. Especially when they can get you to be the one dividing. Man, we the same people. What you talking about? They're from the islands. They're from North. They're from Caribbean. They're North America. They're North Americans. Some of us was taken from here forcibly to populate the islands. So they've been coming back and forth here for centuries. And the Africans who come here, they have always contributed. We have never seen them selling drugs and nothing like that. So why y'all want to make this division and foundation of Africa? When I first heard that, I said, who started this stuff? This got to be uh, it's got to be something. Got to be something designed to separate us. So stop it, stop it, stop it all this. See, they call you colored, they call you Negro. Oh, well, let's go back further. We're original Moors, or Moors. If you're in the French-speaking part, you was a Moor. If you're in the English-speaking part, you was call them Moor. But they don't want us all to have the white tees. That's who they are. They want us to have our descendancy as rulers. So they first start calling us Indians. Oh, don't believe anything I say here, because I'm just proving reality to myself, and you got to prove it to yourself by doing the work that I've done. Well, not necessarily what I've done, but you got to do some work. You got to research. You got to search. And I'm not talking about AI. No, I'm talking about deep study. What the scholars do. The scholars get books, encyclopedias, and go to museums. You can do a lot of that online, by the way. AI is going to lie to you. Matter of fact, that's why it was created, for the lazy people who didn't want to do the hard research. SAI, they'll lie. That's what AI stands for, all lies. They may give you part of the truth, but not the whole truth. So if you don't have the whole truth, you got to lie. So getting back to Africa and separation and all these divisions, I just love this topic because this is where I live at. Hey, what's going on in the chat? Hey, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Where you from? Where y'all hailing from? I like to know my audience. I like to actually build a dialogue with my audience because I find a lot of subscribers come here and there's something in the way the algorithm is, the algorithm is set up. They got to search for the channel to find it again. After they subscribe, they've got to really search for it to find it again. It's like they kick them out of when you're subscribing, you're putting yourself outside of being able to see my videos. Isn't that wicked? Isn't that wicked? Yes, it is. So, I guess he's not going to answer me. That's okay. Glad to see you have intelligent comments. So we got to stop these divisions among us people. We got to stop it. Because as a people, if you identify as black, you've got to know we are traumatized people. I mean, man, every time you see us, we acting out of trauma. And that's what happens to people who've been traumatized for centuries. They don't even know what they're doing anymore. You've been misled by people who lied to you, took everything from you, your identity. Oh, did I continue that descendancy when I say we was called Moors first, then Indians? Let's continue that. Then they called you, they said, oh, you're not Indians. They had to make them pale skin. They had to make Indians pale face. But in your movies, the Indian was calling them pale face. So if the Indians calling them pale face, there had to be another complexion. Come on, that's common sense. I mean, growing up, this is what I saw. Tonto is not representative of an Indian. That's the Lone Ranger. Still don't know who Tonto is. There was a TV show, The Lone Ranger. Really was showing a black sheriff. I can't recall his name right now. But he by himself, he went out and just brought in these criminals for years. Couldn't nobody beat them. That's who the real Long Range is. That's why he wear a black mask, to try to put some semblance of truth to the story. So now they call you black, Negro, colored, and you calling yourself black with pride. And that's a slave title. Black. That means you have no descendancy, no roots. There's no people and there's no land called black. You say, I'm proud to be black. So now that's not enough. I want to be a foundational black. Wow, wow, wow. I can say this because I've been watching over my indigenous people for all my life. I'm an elder in the community, and so I can say these things because I've lived it. I've seen it. I can tell you when we had our own communities. I lived it. We didn't need Mr. White Tea for anything. But we sold a bill of goods to say we had to leave our schools and go to his schools. The first thing we lost was the love from our teachers. And then the teachers who taught our children couldn't teach them anything. Couldn't even connect to them. So we being intelligent people, even as children, we just disconnected from them. Now look what they do. They say Johnny don't pay attention in class. He's got attention deficit disorder. Put him on Ritalin, AKA cocaine. No. Johnny ain't got no, or let's say Leroy ain't got no attention deficit disorder. You're not doing enough to get his attention. So he just tune out. You ain't doing nothing. And he knows by your attitude that there's no love there. So the best thing you can do is just tune you out. You ain't doing nothing. You don't know how to teach us. You probably don't know how to teach, period. Because I can tell you for a fact, being a trained teacher, if I had used the thing they taught me in the classroom, I wouldn't have been as successful as I was. I did not use the teaching methods I was taught. Stupid. I treat them as human beings and respect, love, truth, everything that I represent. That's the way I taught. Very successful with the students. Now, the staff, administration, that's another idea because I'm going against a grain. So I'm showing them up. But that's another story. I talked about that in my videos. Go listen to some of them. You'd be surprised the things you'll learn. listen to Akhenaten talk about his life. So with that, I'm going to leave you to do your own research. Don't believe anything I'm saying here. Prove it to yourself. Because anybody tell you something, you can never learn by what somebody tell you. Man learn not by being told. You got to do your own research, your own hard work, and find the facts for yourself. And this got to be who you are. You got to love it. If it's like work to you, I don't think you cut out for research. If you get tired and can't spend nights, can't spend your resources to travel, if you don't have this as being a part of you, then maybe you need to choose another avenue. Okay? Well, it's been nice talking with you. Thank y'all for coming in, saying, see, I told you. I never feel somebody's gonna come in here late when I'm about to leave and say, what are you talking about? Well, let's say it like this. You should have been on time. Now, you never know, but they do have something called playback. For those intelligent people, they can go back and see what we talked about. Oh, maybe he didn't know that. That's why I'm repeating it. So, with that, adios.